What advice would you have for people? And I'll give my 2 cents on this as well. But I seen a few comments come in from Ryan and another person saying that they agreed with him, saying that it's sort of gross to touch used shoes. And then somebody says, yeah, used shoes are gross. So
Yeah.
what would you give for advice for somebody who's like, shoes are gross? I would be like, stop being a girl and go make that money. No, I'm just kidding.
Right, right, right.
What would you say though? Because it's, used shoes, like people's feet are in there, they're stinky. Like, do you
Sure,
just smell the money or what?
that's what it is. A lot of people don't like dirty jobs. There's a TV show, Dirty Jobs. Now, these people that have these dirty jobs, they get paid very well because nobody else wants to do them. And to me, it's worth it. I handle shoes every single day. They're all used shoes. Somebody's stinky, sweaty feet has been in those shoes, but you know what? I'm making money. So that doesn't bother me. So
Tino walks around all day just smelling like a stinky shoe.
so it has to be worth it to you. This job isn't for everyone. I will say that this job is not for everyone. I hired an employee one time, and then later I found out, wow, he doesn't want to touch these shoes. So
really?
It's like, yeah. So it's not for everyone, but to me, I could live with it because I'm making money.
So next time you go to hire somebody, the first question you ask is, hey, do you mind touching a bunch of stinky shoes?
Yeah, I'm gonna hand them.
What kind of job is this?
I'm gonna hand them like a size 12 women's heels. Can you put these on real quick? Tell me what size you think these are.
Well, here's a question from Vincent Delara asking, do you spray the shoes with a sanitizer?
I do. Well, I don't. Yes, the answer is yes. I have a antibacterial sanitizer that I spray a rag, and then I take that rag and I wipe it inside the shoe to sanitize the shoe. Now, if I buy these shoes like at a Plato's Closet or an Uptown Cheapskate, and I can tell that these shoes are pretty much like store demo shoes, and they've never been worn, I'm not going to waste my time doing that to them because I know there's no issue. It's a new shoe. So I just throw them in with the mix. But I will sanitize and do that. I don't have it listed in my listing that I do that, and maybe I should. I think that'll give my customers a little bit of peace of mind when they're buying the shoes, knowing that it's been sanitized.
We have a question from Mike Sherman asking, what is the best way to fund the capital to buy lots of shoes? Loan, credit card, or slowly saving? I would say, I'm going to give my opinion right now. I don't think it's smart to start a business in debt. That's just my opinion. I would say start slow, because in the reselling business, you can start with a pair of shoes from a garage sale for $1 and easily flip it into $90. And then you could take that and flip that into $150. I just think it's better to start slow, especially if you're new. You're going to be hit with selling limits. You're going to make mistakes. So I think it would be smart to learn how to buy on a budget, to make mistakes on a budget, to grow on a budget. And I think it'll help build you into a stronger business person as well. Obviously, if you have credit cards and whatnot and you're responsible, you can use it. But I wouldn't go out and get like a business loan or anything. It's not necessary. You can get shoes cheap.
Yeah, Steve, going back to your number one reason, the average selling price in the high margin, you can turn this business in a full-blown business in a matter of months. You don't need a business loan. You don't. You can turn it and make that capital. It's easy. It's quick money. It's not easy money. It's quick money.
Okay, let's get back into the. I'm getting a little crazy over here. Let's get back into the outline right now. So before we had mentioned the first 5 reasons out of 10 why we believe you should get started selling shoes, why we think it's a good opportunity. Let's get back into it, and let's talk about number 6, which is you're on deck, Tino. So what's number 6?
Number 6 is shoes are very efficient to source. And what I mean by that is I could go in a thrift store and be out in less than 15 minutes and have a whole bag of shoes.
Let's compare it to clothing, because I think this is one of the downsides to clothing.
Right.
Is it's inefficient to an extent if you want to be able to see all the opportunities. You can't see all the opportunities with clothing without going through all the clothing racks, right? The same with books, right? Books, clothing, anything that's super duper abundant. But shoes, right? Talk to them about shoes. How do you go through and scope it out?
Right. When I walk into a thrift store, I just go straight to the shoe section and I'll just walk through the racks. And I could scan through shoes. If I see something, I'm going to grab it, look at it, and then just keep going. Because, I mean, they're all at eye level for the most part. And I could just kind of scan through. Sometimes I take a second run through it. But I'm not picking up every pair of shoes. I'm not swiping through every single one. I'm just walking through and I'm scanning it. And within time and with experience, you're going to get faster at this if you get into the shoe game. And you could just fly through it. So to me, it was a no-brainer. It's super efficient. I could be in and out of a thrift store. Now, when I was doing clothing, and nothing against clothing sellers here, but I was in a thrift store for 2 hours looking through stuff, and that's just like, man, I'm not finding anything. Do I give up? No, I still have 6 more racks to go through. You know, so you're going through all these clothing items, and it's more of a gamble, in my opinion, rather than spending 15 minutes at a thrift store and you're out of there and you could be on your way to the next thrift store. So that's my take on it. It's very efficient.
Great point.
And, you know, so